this might not seem like such a big deal on the surface, but much like an onion, if you peel the layers away, oh, does this one really stink. Let's take a look. I want to zero in on the part that I want to really lay out here. This is Galatians 1. This is a passage everybody's familiar with. Here's Galatians 1:8. But if either we, even we, or an angel from heaven, should preach a gospel other than the one we preach to you, let him be under God's curse. Now, with Pauling there, this is probably Christianity 101 here. But what was happening in Galatians? There were Jewish Christians, so-called, trying to tell people that, hey, if you want to be a Christian, if you want to be saved, well, you got to get circumcised. That's all they were saying. That's the only thing they were adding in. You got to get circumcised. And Paul's like, what? What are you talking about? You got to get circumcised. Did I ever preach this? Did any of the apostles ever preach this message? No, you do not have to become Jewish to be a Christian. And if anybody is messing around with that message, telling you what has to happen for you to be saved, and if it is different, somebody adds to it, if somebody subtracts to it, this person, let them be accursed. Well, the Watchtower does this, and oh, do they do this in spades. And I want to show you just how they do it. I want to bring up, before I do that, I want to bring up the KIT, every Jehovah's Witness's favorite passage, John 17:3, and really exegete the passage. It really should be a nightmare. But putting that aside, this is but what everlasting life, in order that they may be knowing you. Gnosko, you. Gnosko. That's the Greek word there. Okay? Zeroing on it a bit. Gnosko. Now, that's a Koine Greek word. Apparently that word is not frequently used in modern Greek, from what I have studied. But Jesus said, this is eternal life, that they might gnosko you, the only true God, and who set forth Jesus Christ. So, you know, the New World Translation in English shamefully translates it that they may take in knowledge of you. Oh, where the heck is it? It's further down. Well, you know, you get the point. They may take in knowledge of you, the only true God. That's eternal life. I guess there's a test that we have to pass about God, before we die. Did we take in proper knowledge of God and take in proper knowledge of Jesus Christ? Plug this thing in. Hang on. There we go. Well, Jesus said eternal life is gnosko, the only true God, and gnosko, Jesus Christ. Let's take a look and see how the ever-trustworthy Greek New World Translation renders it. Here's John 17:3. Okay, this looks like this. This is eternal life. That looks like only true God. Copy that down. Put her to translate. To acquire knowledge. This means to acquire knowledge. Tona apakatun nosi gia. Tuna apakaton nosia. To acquire knowledge. I'm not going to go to the Vomvis. I'm going to go to the modern dumbed down Greek translation. Here it is, JesusLoveYou.gr. There's the Bible, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. John 17. Let's bring that one on up. John 17. And this is eternal life. Let's see what this says. Okay. To know. What word is that? Norazun. Now that looks like that's the modern Greek version of gnosko. Norazun. I thought this thing was plugged in. Hang on. No, it's not. There we go. Norazun. Gnorazun. So, the Watchtower changes gnosko to the phrase to acquire knowledge. Now, let's see if they use Norazun anywhere else, though, in their Bible. Now, here is Matthew 17:723, Jesus saying to faith, call him Lord, I never knew you. Let's see what he says in Matthew 7:23 of the Greek New World Translation. Let's just bring it up the old-fashioned way. See what they have him saying there. See if they're familiar with the modern Greek for no, Norazun. See if they don't have that excuse. Matthew 7, was it 7:23. Okay, there's Matthew 7. And I'll say, looks like this is what he's going to say. Okay, I never knew you, go away, you workers of iniquity. I never... Norisa. Gonorisa, that is the modern Greek for no. G-N-O-R-I-S-A. Norazun, Norisa, they all have the same root at the end of the day. So, yeah, I mean, they could have, just simply updated the Greek gnosko, Norisa, on 17:3, but they didn't because they had a document. They just had to trouble with the Bible. They just had things according to Jesus Christ. So I want you to really think about this. Really long and hard here, people, for Jehovah's Witnesses, because I have a lot of atheists, former Jehovah's Witnesses, who watch my stuff. And, I don't know if they would be so bold. I mean, they would at least have respect for the person of Jesus Christ to communicate what he has to say to people, let alone a group that's claiming to be Christian. When Jesus says, this is eternal life. If Jesus is saying something is eternal life, I pay real close attention and I write down exactly what he says. But you know what? Here's the problem with that. A modern Greek would read the updated Norisa for the ancient Greek gnosko, and they'd realize, eternal life is intimately knowing God and Jesus Christ. That must mean I have to pray to Jesus Christ and have a personal relationship with him to have eternal life. But wait, the Watchtower tells me that I can't do that, that it's wrong to do that. And yet, the Bible and Jesus himself is telling me that I need to do this. Maybe I'm not going to be a part of the Watchtower anymore. So, that's really staring you in the face there, people. Your organization is saying that eternal life is basically, among other things, taking the right notes and knowing the right stuff about God. And they mention nothing about knowing, deeply and intimately knowing Jesus Christ. If this ain't enough to get you out of this organization, I don't know what will. I do a few more videos in case you're on the fence that are going to be coming out in the next several days that maybe put you over the edge. But, Watchtower's busted again. See you next time.